So I thought for today's video, I might give this new travel rod that I got. It's collapsible. I know it's backwards, but it's 3.6 meters, so it's pretty tall. I think it's, you know, what is that? 11 or 12 feet or something. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so I did the math, and 3.6 meters is just about 11 feet 9 and some odd inches, so nearly 12 feet. This thing was pretty cheap on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below, but I'm going to test it out today. It's pretty tall, so I'm hoping it works pretty good to get over the waves, and I'm hoping it's strong enough to land a fish. So we'll see. I'm gonna get this thing rigged up, and we'll give it a shot. Alright, first cast with the travel collapsible fishing rod, probably from China, but I got it off Amazon. Let's see how it does. And honestly, it feels pretty dang solid, to tell you the truth. Rolling at the record high, rocking and rolling and rocking. So far, it feels really smooth. I got my Quantum Optics 60 reel on this thing. It's kind of a beefy reel, but I don't know. I think it's paired up well with this thing. There you go. I think I got a fish. Yeah. I got a fish. Let's see if it's a decent one. I think he's still on there. Yep. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a little wonky. A little yellow tipped croaker, or a white tipped croaker, I'm not sure. Woohoo! That's cool, it's a keeper. I'll take it. Sorry, buddy. Not the species I was going for, but I'll take it. These little guys are pretty good. Alright. So final thoughts on this travel rod. I think it's a good buy depending on what you use it for. I'm using it for surf fishing today. I have a 2-ounce weight on there, and I've been using it for about an hour now, and it's been working out really well, and I was about to give it an A+ for value, that is. However, I just cast it out. I did give it a good yank. I was trying to get it out past the first break over there, and I heard you know, that dreadful noise of a crack. So I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's got a hairline crack on the first extension. This is the thickest extension of all of them too, and it cracked. So, I mean, it's still holding up. But I don't think I would use anything bigger than like an ounce, and probably way less than an ounce, maybe like a ½ ounce. So anything small, this pole's probably fine to use. But if you're casting out 2-ounce sinkers into the surf, this probably isn't the best pole for you. It's not made for Not made for casting like that, I guess. Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to try to speak loud. I didn't bring my external microphone, I apologize, but I'm at the second spot now. I'm at Ventura Pier, if you can see it in the background, just on the beach right next to it. There's a couple jetties here. The surf doesn't look too bad, so I'm going to give it a shot. Since my portable telescoping rod snapped, I'm going to go ahead and use my Stik Gx2. See it there, Stik Gx2. This is the 9-foot model, medium action. So I'm going to give this one a try, let you guys know what I think about this rod for surf fishing. If you guys are in the market for a surf fishing setup, I got this paired with an Abu Garcia Silver Max SP40. And this is a nice little reel. It's very light, very smooth, and I think it's only like 30 bucks or something like that. I'll put a link in the description below. The rod too, by the way, is only like 30 to 40 bucks, so under 80 bucks for a full setup. And I'll let you guys know what I think. Alright guys, I'm in the new spot. First cast. See how it goes here. I'm using sand crabs this time, so we'll see. Oh shit. Wow. I just sunk into a crazy hole right now. I'll tell you though, this 9-foot GX2 ugly stick feels a lot better than that travel rod that I was using earlier. It's definitely a lot lighter. Of course, this reel that I'm using is a lot lighter as well, so has a lot to do with it. When your rig's a little too heavy, I had a big reel and that pole was almost 12 feet, so as far as fatigue goes, if you're standing there fishing for a couple hours, you definitely feel it with a heavier setup. So this one feels a lot better. Don't see this too often. Got a lonely rose. There it goes. Drifting away. That was random. Look at that. Jeez. This place kind of sucks. Nothing but seaweed here. I'm gonna have to move down the beach a bit, see if it's any better, because this is pretty crappy. I'm gonna head closer to that jetty and then see if there's any seaweed that way. If there is, I'll cut back the other way, see if there's seaweed there. If there is, I might have to drive to a whole other spot. Alright, I moved over here close to the jetty and I got a fish on. Not sure what it is. I also switched from sand crabs to gulp sandworm and this other little plastic lure. It's supposed to look like a fat, like a night crawler. And I think that's what it bit. Little barred surf perch. I know, bit the Berkeley gulp. Little dinky guy. But at least I know this fish out here. I'll let this guy go. Try to catch another one. There you go. Let's get this guy back in the water. Alright, let's see if there's a school of those guys in this little turbulent area here right by the jetty. Maybe hoping there's some big ones in there.
missing someone. Love with all your heart. Missing someone. Love with heart.
Alright guys, so I'm back home. Fished pretty much most of the morning until about 2 o'clock. I was gonna do just a standard me catching a bunch of surf perch and do that type of video, but I decided to test out this travel telescoping rod that I bought from Amazon. Again, link in the description below. But final thoughts on this thing is it's a piece of crap, so you probably don't want to buy this particular one. I know there are some good ones out there. I'll put a link to one that I know is good in the description below. This one, however, it's just a cheap Chinese one, and I knew sort of it probably was going to be a piece of crap because it only cost 20 bucks. The thing I like about it is it's telescoping, so that's cool. You know, it packs almost 12 feet into nearly 18 inches, so that's awesome. It's really light. The thing that I don't like about it, and the thing that sucks, is that it cracked on me. I'll try to show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a big crack basically right here when I was casting. It's definitely not made for heavy duty fishing. I had a 2-ounce weight on here. When I cast it, the thing snapped. Also, if you look here on these line guides, this one here is like just came off, so that's a piece of crap. So my final thought on this thing is piece of crap. Now the reel, this is not the best reel by any means, but if you're doing surf fishing, you don't want to buy several $100 reel, because it's just going to get beat up and get sandy and get salt water all in it. So the Quantum Optics 60 that I put on here, great reel. It was really smooth, really strong, great drag. It's a bigger reel. It's a 60 size, so it probably was a little overkill for this pole, but I wanted to give it a try. So the link to this reel is in the description below if you want to check out more details on that. Pretty great reel. I think it's only like 30 bucks. So the other thing that I wanted to compare that piece of crap rod to was my Ugly Stik Gx2. This thing, I got the 9-foot version, so it's kind of like a salmon rod, medium action. It's really light and it's really strong, and I could tell the difference between using the other reel and rod or whatever versus this one. I mean, this whole thing probably weighs as much as just that reel, so the fatigue was way less using this setup. As you can see here, Shakespeare Ugly Stik. I got the, I don't know if you can see that, 9-foot. It's medium action. This thing's awesome. The tip on these things that these Ugly Stiks are known for, really flexible, so you can feel those fish bite. And I paired this one up with a Abu Garcia Silver Max 40. This was a perfect reel for this reel, or for this rod. Highly recommend this rod. If you're into surf fishing, you want something fairly tall to get over the waves, and something light so that your arms aren't fatigued, because you're kind of holding the pole up higher than you usually would, just because you're trying to keep that line over the break of the wave. So highly recommend this rod if you guys want to check out more information on this. Links in the description below. And this reel, I highly recommend this reel. This reel is only like 30 bucks. The rod was only like 40 bucks, so 70 bucks all in, and you have yourself a nice, decent, well working and strong, won't break like the telescoping pole. So if you're wanting to get into surf fishing, I highly recommend this setup. With that, I only caught 2 fish today. the perch was a little dink and the croaker was maybe a foot long. Had a great time though. That's what fishing is all about. Like June says on his channel, more than fishing, it's not just fishing, it's out there, getting in the sun, just being outside. That's what I love about fishing, and I love getting out there to jerk that rod. I'll see you guys on the next video. Smash that like button if you like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. I really appreciate that, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Missing someone is as normal. Missing someone.